welcome back to Two Cups Between. I'm Jordan, here with Sam.
Hey.
Oh, it's been a minute since we recorded.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm nervous. I'm not really that nervous, but it is weird.
Yeah, it's strange. It's been a little bit.
We did have an episode come out this week, but we haven't recorded in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
We powered through and recorded 3 episodes in one night and then
staggered them. Yes.
Yes. And then staggered releases. And
then shit has happened since then.
Has happened. Oh.
Tell me everything.
Oh my god. So first I was in Portugal, which was lovely. I had a great time with my family. Shut up. It was literally a family vacation. Shut up. Also, sorry if I sound weird. The other thing that happened in the past 2 weeks is that I got COVID.
Yeah,
so I'm just at the tail end of that, and I sound a little bit funny, but I feel much better, truly.
I'm probably on the brink of getting something, so I probably also sound funny. It's fine. We're just here suffering.
We are.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But tell me about Portugal.
Okay. So Portugal was really, really lovely. I went with my family. Obviously, it was a delightful family vacation. My sister got on my nerves the whole time.
As sisters
but that's
do.
normal stuff.
Yeah.
I posted updates in my Discord about the trip, so I'm literally looking back at like what
you did.
What I did.
Did you post on Instagram?
I did not. I've been very off Instagram. There's no reason to follow me on Instagram. I don't post anything. I went to the oldest bookstore in the world, and by that, what they really mean is that this building has been used as a bookstore for the longest time. Not that it's been like the same bookstore open for 200, 400, however many years. Like Portugal's very old, actually. Lisbon specifically is where we went, and the bookstore has been a bookstore for hundreds of years, which
has
cool.
changed ownership.
Correct.
Like that. Okay.
Correct. And it's currently, I think, a Bertrand's, which is like a chain. It's like a Barnes and Noble. So it's not exactly like the best bookstore or like particularly interesting, other than it's been a bookstore for a very long time.
Okay. That's still cool.
Yeah, I got some cute things, and they put like a little stamp in your books if you want them to, that says like this was bought at the oldest bookstore in the world, which is kind of cool. I got A Very Short History of Portugal by a Portuguese author because it has a really the city has a very interesting history.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a book that is a poetry book of specifically Lisbon poets that was recommended by the guide that took us there. We were on a little tour when we went here, and I got my friend a pocket copy of The Little Prince because they collect editions of The Little Prince.
That's cute.
And it has the stamp inside that says it was bought at this bookstore. It's very cute. The city is absolutely breathtaking, stunning, gorgeous. Like you would never know that the city's been destroyed completely by an earthquake.
Right.
I think multiple times.
That's like a lot of places in Guatemala too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the same kind of stuff, but it has like that colonial historical vibe to it.
Right. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Then we went on a walking tour, like a walking food tour, which was really fun, very enjoyable, good food. And we went to this church. Like a particular highlight for me was we went to a cathedral that has been destroyed 4 times. Like from top to bottom destroyed. And the last time it caught on fire,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and the Portuguese people were like, you know what? That's enough. So they didn't fix the like stonework that was damaged in the fire.
Oh.
They didn't fix that. They just put a new roof on the building. So it is like a little bit eerie, quite
Uh-huh.
somber, which
Yeah.
a lot of churches are quite somber, but usually in a way that's like, Catholic churches. They're like over decorated,
Well,
gold everywhere, like ridiculous paintings, all of that kind of thing. This is like,
haunted.
yeah, it's very haunted feeling.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of the opulence of a classic Catholic church, but really not nearly as much. And it was really pretty, very interesting to be in that building that's been
Yeah.
destroyed so many
I was
times.
gonna say I like weirdly enough, I like old churches.
Oh, I love old churches. I
You
actually
know?
do. I think I was talking about this with our guide, but I think like if you go to a country with heavy religious history,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to visit like one cathedral. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think it's an important thing to see the history, even
Exactly,
if
yeah.
like I don't believe in Catholicism. I do not subscribe to that at all, but it doesn't mean that the buildings aren't beautiful.
Right.
And acknowledging like the history that Catholicism or whatever religion, like the impact that that's had on the
Mm.
history of the nation you're in, I think
Mm-hmm.
is important personally.
Yeah.
So I had a great time. And I love visiting churches and cathedrals when I go to especially like Catholic nations, because it's always ridiculous,
Yeah. Yes.
what else? Then we went to this really great seafood restaurant like across the river from the city with beautiful views. The food was amazing. And then we went to
Mm-hmm.
Sintra, which is like 30-ish minutes from Lisbon if you're going into Sintra,
Mm.
and walked through, like, we went to a couple of UNESCO national, what are they called? National heritage
It's
sites.
national, yeah, 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 yeah.
We
Sites,
went
I
to
think.
we went to a couple of those, and like castle ruins with these incredible gardens. Like Sintra has been so built up by people with lots of money.
Uh,
Like a lot of royalty, of course,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's been so built up and the gardens are so opulent that Sintra actually has like its own microclimate. So it's always like 10 degrees cooler in
Wow.
Sintra than Lisbon.
Wait, what? That's
Yeah.
wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
it is wild. Gorgeous, stunning. My feet hurt
Mm-hmm.
so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
You should have worn your
The
Crocs. You didn't wear your
No, that
Crockies.
would have been really bad, okay?
You should have worn your Crocs and your leggings.
That would have
I
been
said
so
it.
bad.
I said it.
Not Crocs. My Crocs are indoor shoes only, okay?
Okay,
Relax.
whatever, whatever.
No, we had a lovely time on our like Sintra day. We got taken there in a van, did a tour of, oh, I forget what the first one was called. I think I wrote it down. The first place was Quinta de Regaleria.
Mm,
Regalera. It's Portuguese is actually hard to pronounce for me.
mm-hmm.
It's a lot of sounds. Quinta de Regalera, which was great, beautiful, stunning. We were there like 9 something, so it was like just perfect temperature. The sun was out. It's supposedly super foggy there usually, but it
Mm.
was like the most perfect day. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
were
was gonna
driven
say,
around in the
was
van.
it cold? Was it still cold?
It wasn't cold, but there was a perfect chill in the air in the morning. Like I was wearing a sweatshirt and I was fine.
Right.
But it was really, really nice. Then we went to like the castle in Portugal that you're supposed to
The
see. The castle, which
castle.
is the Pena Palace. Um, Beautiful. It's painted red and yellow and on top of one of the tallest hills in the city, so you can see it from everywhere.
Oh.
Gorgeous, stunning. The gardens were amazing. The Just like the tiles are so unique. There's so many beautiful views. Then we went to the westernmost point of continental Europe. Of course, there are islands that are still Europe, technically, that are
Mm,
further west,
mm,
but of continental Europe, we went to the westernmost point, which is like, at the beach, but it's on
right.
on cliffs. Really, really pretty. We saw some like this cool thing they call the mouth of hell, which is like a tiny cave that opens, like the top has been eroded away, but there's still a cave entrance, so it
Oh,
causes these like huge waves to
oh, this is the shit I want to
form there.
see.
Yeah, it was beautiful and I loved it. This was just like a really nice day because the weather was really great. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Just truly a perfect day. Beautiful weather. The waves were not awful. Like, there couldn't have been a more perfect day for this tour. And then we went to the this city called Cascais, which is like a beach town
Mm,
essentially, but like a larger beach city. Beautiful. And my parents said that if we ever go back, we're gonna go stay in Cascais. Like, that's where we would like to stay. We
right.
had like one of our best meals, which was really just like a snacky meal, but it was delicious. We had this octopus salad.
Yes. I
Incredible.
love an octopus
Incredible. Because like
salad.
octopus can be really tough if it is not prepared
Right.
properly, but this was just like so tender.
Is it
The
like
texture was
a lemony
great.
salad?
Yes, it's
I
definitely
know
like
exactly.
acidic. It had
Yes.
onions and peppers, I think a little bit of garlic, like, like oil and
Mhm.
vinegar. Like, it was
Mhm. Mhm.
just
Mhm.
perfectly balanced. The octopus texture was amazing. It was so good, really delightful. And then my sister was feeding pigeons and I got pissed at her because I have an irrational fear of birds. Um and she kept like attracting them to our table and I got really mad at her. And then my dad got mad at me and I was like, "No, I am scared and she knows that. So I would
I'm trying
love
so hard not to laugh.
if you shut up." I know it's silly. That's why it's called an irrational fear. I've had a lot of bad
So wait,
experiences with birds in my
no one
life.
else in your family has that.
No, no one else. It's
Oh
just me.
dear. Oh no. See, and everyone in my family likes birds, so I
I
don't know.
fucking
You
hate
can't hang
birds.
out
I
with us.
fucking hate birds. Oh, I hate them. Um, and on our last day in the city, we got tattoos. My mom, dad, and sister got tattoos earlier in the trip. And then my dad and sister got second tattoos, and I got a tattoo
Sick.
as like a souvenir.
Nice. How's it? How's
So
it healing?
it's great. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I love it.
I love
It's
that.
looking really good. I need to put more like
You guys
lotion
did a
on it soon,
lot,
but
low
we
key.
did. We did a ton. And during this trip, I was supposed to go to Zurich
Listen, I
to
was
see one
so
of our
upset.
friends,
I was very upset.
and the flight got canceled last minute. I was at the airport for like 6 hours. We sat on the plane for like 2 hours, and then they were like,
I didn't
"Oh,
realize
the
you were
French
actually.
airspace is striking.
Yeah, I didn't
We
realize you were
can't
on the
go."
plane.
Yeah, I
That's
was on the plane
wild.
for 2 hours. Then I stood in a line to get refunded or put on another flight for 6 hours
That's wild. We're standing?
standing.
No. That's like
So,
the whole day.
yeah, I spent my whole day at the airport and then I had to get home and it was awful and someone stole my AirPods.
Wait,
Um
at the
did I
airport?
tell you that? Yeah, at the
No, you didn't
airport.
tell me that.
Yeah, at the airport someone stole my AirPods. They're in Lisbon somewhere.
How? Like,
They stole them out of my fanny pack cuz I had it like next to me,
no.
or like it was on my shoulder but kind of hanging behind me. And I think I left it open. It was like totally my fault. I left myself open to it, but
Mm,
luckily I had a second pair of headphones with me. I brought two pairs. So it
yeah, but
wasn't
that's
like I was
still
without headphones for the airplane ride, but
still sucks.
it was annoying to say the least.
Yeah.
Um that was right in the middle, so I was kind of in a bad mood for like the last half of the trip, which I feel bad about a little bit.
Wait, was that pre Pigeon Gate?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that's
pre-Pigeon Gate.
okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to go see one of my really good friends who lives in Zurich.
Yeah, but too bad Pluto entered Aquarius and The fucking French are
You know
revolutionizing.
what? True. It was probably a scheduled strike and I just didn't even know because they do that. They
Yeah.
schedule strikes.
Well, no, if it was scheduled, wouldn't you have known beforehand?
No, it doesn't mean I would have known. The airline should have known, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
they,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. It was annoying to say the least.
Well,
I was really upset. I'm still kind of upset about it, honestly. But that friend in particular is coming to the States later this year, so
only in a few
we're
months, right?
we're planning. Yeah, at the end of August, so a
Yeah.
minute, but
Yeah.
beginning of September, end of
I
August.
just think
That's when
everything
she will be
passes by
here.
so fast, I think, because
No,
of
I know.
how, I don't know, school and stuff.
It really does, though. Time passes so fast.
We're old now. That's what
I
that
know.
means.
Like, I can't believe it's already April. That's where I'm at
Yeah,
right now.
same. Same. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be home in a month.
No, you're not. What?
Like, a little more than a month, I guess. Like, 6 weeks.
I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait. Come home to me, please. I beg.
Oh, man. I have so
Yeah,
much in
that was
between that,
my
though.
Portugal trip, and then I got COVID right when I
Yeah.
came back.
So the
So that
fam
was
got
cool.
cove.
Yeah.
The
We
fam got
got
the
the
vid.
vid. Oh
So
god.
wait,
Yeah.
what do you think it was like during the travel?
I think it
Or
was our last airplane ride actually.
really?
Yeah, there's this man hacking his lungs out.
Oh, bro. I
Yeah.
hate people.
Disgusting, honestly.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen
me and my mom and my sister got it, not my dad. He was safe.
incredible somehow.
Yeah. And
It's so difficult. I mean, well, and I've seen so many things online of people just like pretending to not have COVID so they could still travel. It's like, what are you doing? It's
bro.
also the airlines not really requiring anything anymore, so
I mean, yeah, that's true.
yeah. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. But are you feeling better?
I feel much better. I just have this like weird sore throat and I think lingering congestion.
Well,
So
because
I'm drinking water.
when you were sick at first, you were like, "I think I'm just dehydrated from traveling," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah, I thought that and then it got worse.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like full blown body aches,
As
headache all
COVID
day.
does.
And the worst part about getting COVID when I did, so we came back last Wednesday is when we got home, like late Wednesday,
Mm.
right? Then I'm so upset about this still.
Oh no!
I was supposed to go to one of my best friend from college's
You didn't go to
wedding
the
on
wedding.
Sunday.
You
No, I
didn't
had
go to the.
COVID. I did
Well, I
not
didn't
go to the
know.
wedding.
I didn't know when you actually confirmed. I forgot which day you
Sunday
actually
was when I
confirmed.
confirmed, but it was like late in the day anyway because my dad didn't go and get another test for us
Uh
because we
huh.
were out
But you were
until later in
sick.
the
But
day.
you knew you were
Yeah, but I
sick.
didn't feel good. And I was like, I can't go to this wedding. First of all, I can't sit in a car and drive there for 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah.
Second of all, like I'm supposed to start work tomorrow, so I didn't really want to like rush. Although I had time because I was supposed to start at like 2 p.m. So it's not like it would have been close if
Mm,
I had gotten home late,
yeah.
whatever. But I was feeling anxious about starting work. And then I felt so bad. I was like, I can't do this. I can't go and I can't get everyone sick if I do go and I
Mhm.
actually am sick. Like I would feel horrible. But I missed one of my best friend's weddings that I've been looking forward to for ages. Um I'm actually really upset about it still.
Mhm.
It's kind of devastating to me that I couldn't be there for her.
Mm.
Um and like all of my friends from college would have been there, like our little roommate squad that we had by senior
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Like we were all gonna everybody was there except for me.
Yeah.
Obviously one of them was getting married, one was a bridesmaid, and my other friend was there. Like
Um.
I'm just so sad. I'm so sad about it still. Like ugh.
COVID has really come at the worst times for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
This is a wedding
literally.
I've been looking forward to, first of all, for years because I
Yeah.
knew they were going to get married. Second of all, for months since I knew I was invited, and like a year, I guess, since I knew I was invited and wanted to come. And I just like I'm emotionally devastated
Mm.
that I wasn't there. I can't get over it. I will eventually, but not yet.
I know. I
I'm
mean, you'll still
just
hang out with them and like have way
I
more
mean,
good
sure.
moments with them.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I
They're like
yeah.
they're like lifelong friends.
Yes, it's that's the thing. Like I know I know she's not like mad at me for not being there cuz I literally had COVID, but I'm also like I've been so flaky with her
Mm.
lately. Like I feel like I've been so out of touch and we haven't really properly caught up. Like the last time I saw her was her bridal shower and
Oh, you went to her bridal shower?
I did. I went to her bridal shower, which was earlier this year, and I just like I feel like I wasn't able to be present for her then and I couldn't stay very long cuz I had to go home cuz I had to work the next day early. Like I just feel like I've been a really bad friend and I wanted to be at her wedding so badly. Like I was going to do everything I could to be there until I was woke up and felt like dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just I feel like I've been such a bad friend to her and
I don't think she would think
I
anything like
know no, I know. And I know like we're supposed to catch up sometime soon. I'm going to try to call her this week, but like
yeah, and talk
I
to her about it cuz I've had
yeah.
this talk with other friends and they've been like I haven't thought that at all,
Yeah.
you
No, and
know?
I know. And like I texted her the day of, which she didn't get back to me until like Tuesday, which I'm like, of course not. You were busy getting
Getting
married. Like
married.
I don't expect you to respond to me immediately. Whatever. That's not that's not an issue at all. But
Uh-huh.
I just like felt bad and yeah, I need to go down and like stay the weekend and we just hang out, but I have to get money first.
Right. But now you have a
Have to have money first. Now I have
job.
a job, yeah, which I was also supposed to start this week, and then I
Everything's
got
been
COVID.
ruined. Everything's been canceled.
Everything. It's
Everything's
all
been
bad.
canceled.
Yeah, it's all bad. So that's fine. Starting on Monday, and it's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah. Well, is that's convincing. How do you actually feel about it?
I mean, I feel nervous. I've been saying this a little bit, but I feel nervous about starting work because I haven't worked an 8 hour a day job
Mm,
in ages.
just like how
Um,
strenuous it is.
yeah,
I assure
and
you, it's easier than your nanny job. I feel like
yeah,
it has to be.
probably.
It's just going to be longer and
Yeah,
like
right.
you know different.
Right. So I know that it'll be fine
Mm,
ultimately. I'm
hmm.
just also like,
Getting used to the schedule.
yeah, getting used to the schedule, getting used to working again. I'm worried about my energy levels really flagging
Yeah.
later in the shift because, you know, most people are fine. Like most people don't have, you know, chronic fatigue issues,
You need to bring a little
chronic
something.
migraines. I know.
I've shifted when I consume caffeine,
Mhm.
and that's really been helping me, to be honest. Now I
Okay.
drink coffee during my lecture time because it's in the afternoon. I don't drink
Mhm.
coffee in the morning, which
Oh,
is very
interesting.
weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I take like a bit of a longer time to really get up and get going in the morning
Right. Right.
because of that, I think. But I'm
Mhm.
not trying to like get up, caffeinate, crash
Mhm.
too early because I
Yeah.
realize that that's been my issue.
Mhm.
Um, but just like bring a little, and well, I mean, I definitely could just like recaffeinate in the afternoon, but I feel like that's been leading me to like get to what's the word, like too much tolerance of caffeine.
Oh, mhm.
So that's why I'm kind of like reducing caffeine intake and changing when I do it to like when
Mhm.
I really need it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's something that's been helping me. My energy levels are also terrible.
Right.
But so I do a lot. Like I do like a B vitamin and
Yeah.
caffeine and
I need to restart my B vitamin. And I think that will help and, you know, I'll take that in the morning, have a
yes, yes,
coffee
yes,
before I
yes.
go, make sure I bring
Yes.
snacks and obviously like a meal because I'll need like a Well, I'm
Like a
working 2 to
lunch.
10 p.m., so a
Yeah, you
dinner.
need like a dinner.
Yeah, I'll need food anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm nervous and excited though. I'm like ready to have something to do. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it'll be like a nice routine.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. So for like 2 weeks, I work from 2 to 10 p.m. And then for a week, I work 6 to 1. Is that right? 6 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh, okay. I don't
No,
know
6
why I
a.m. to
was
2 p.m. And
okay.
then for 1 week, I
6
work
a.m. So opening?
yeah,
When do they
yeah.
open?
Well, then for the last week, I work 5 a.m. to 1 p.m.,
Wait,
the
what time
actual
do they
opening shift.
open?
They don't open until 9.
It takes that long to open? Am I just ignorant?
Well, it's like the truck arrival in the morning.
Oh, and like stocking?
Yes.
Okay, actually that makes
Stocking,
sense.
cleaning, all of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff that you need to do when there are no
I
people.
mean, that absolutely makes sense. I don't know why I was a little like, how? Is that a thing?
Yeah, the 5 a.m. shift is going to be interesting because I'm tired.
You wake up you wake up early for your current job.
Yes,
No.
but they've really learned that I don't arrive until I'm ready anyway. So,
Wait, okay, explain that.
so,
Yeah,
like,
say that
if
again.
they need me at 6:15, I'm probably there by 6:20. It's not like
See,
that far off. It's just like I'm not waking up before 6 a.m. for you. Not for them. I will for like, I will for this job. I will arrive at 5. I'm not like I'm not gonna not show up when
okay.
I'm supposed to. But
You'll
it's gonna be weird.
you're gonna adjust to it. It kind of seems like it goes
The
earlier and
the
earlier.
problem for me is that it's only 1 week of the 5 a.m. Then I could be scheduled for a 5 a.m. shift anytime. But I think what I need to tell them is that, like, when you're making the schedule, I need you to just make it consistent for the whole time. Like,
For like the whole
as
week.
best you can for the
Oh,
whole week. If you need me to be there at 5, I need you to just put me on all the 5 a.m.s, like, for the week. I
oh yeah.
can't, or for the 5 or 6 days that I'm scheduled,
I
because
see. I see.
I can't. I can't. I
Flip
have
flop
a really hard
around.
time with inconsistent scheduling.
Oh my god, that's like my schedule. It's so inconsistent. It's
Yeah,
so bad.
it hurts me. I have a very hard
It
time.
pains me. And then everyone's like, "Well, just wake up at the same time." No,
No, I won't.
I don't
I
wanna.
won't. I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. every day forever.
Yeah, like that sounds like ass. What do you mean? It's the worst
Exactly.
advice ever.
Which is probably when I'm going to need to get up for to make sure I'm dressed,
And there by 5.
have food,
And there, well,
have
how
had a
early?
coffee.
How when do you have to actually be there? Like
Exactly. I don't even know. Do I
if
need to
your
be there
shift,
15 minutes early?
you don't know
Like,
that.
no, they didn't say that.
Yeah.
I will be there early and then be like, do I actually need to be here early, or can I be here at 5? Because, like, for one of my last jobs, they were like, oh, the shift starts at 8. It's like, okay, you need to be here by 7:30.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
okay,
that's
so
how
the
my job
shift starts
was.
at
That's what I
7:30.
was gonna say. Yeah, my
Like,
job started at 7:30 too.
like, that's not shift starts at 8. That's shift starts at 7:30. I work a 7:30 to 2,
Yeah.
not 8 to 2. Like,
Yeah. Well, here, you'll get all acclimated and like used to that. And here's the thing, between you and me, we like put in effort. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And like we're all worried about like, oh, am I like gonna do this wrong? Please, there are gonna be slackers all around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna be the one putting in the most anyway, because that's just like the type of person you are. So if you feel like, oh, should I have come 30 minutes earlier instead of 15 minutes earlier? I guarantee not everyone's gonna be there that early.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. I'm like, I know that I'm gonna show up overly early because
No,
I'm
that's
nervous.
fine. That's fine. Like, don't worry about that. Because then you'll just be like, oh, haha, I don't have to actually come this early. And then you don't do that again. But, like,
Yeah.
you know, It's gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's gonna be easy. And also, when we get to the astrology next week is so good.
Okay.
It's like
Is
very
it
supportive.
supportive?
It's very
Okay, good.
supportive of this. Yes. Nothing chaotic. The
Thank
last few
God.
weeks have been something else.
Of
Okay.
of course they have. Of course they have.
But
Okay, I felt it. I was there.
yeah, we were there. We were
I've
there.
been very grumpy, like
Yeah.
trying really hard to not be, but I've been very depressed and grumpy for a
Mm.
couple of weeks, even while I was on vacation. Ugh, going
Yeah.
on vacation with your family is hard. Has anyone ever said that?
Yeah. Listen, sometimes
Oh
it's
my
like really the best,
god.
and then
Mhm.
it's like other times I'm like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of wherever we are. Like,
Yeah. I literally spent one day, like the day after the Zurich disaster,
yes.
I spent the day alone. I was like, you guys need to do stuff without me because I'm not feeling it.
See, the thing is, my
Um
family would not even respect that very
really.
well. My sisters would, obviously. I would be
Mhm.
like, can I just hang out with my sister? And like no one
Right.
else.
That's
But
it.
yeah, my parents would be like, why?
Like,
But
don't
yeah.
you see? I'm absolutely and completely crushed. My spirit is devastated. See, that was the other problem for me the past couple of weeks. Like, it was emotional devastation after emotional devastation. Like, the emotional devastation of not getting to go to Zurich, then the absolute complete and utter exhaustion of the transatlantic flight, which is horrifying. And I know you understand because
Yeah.
you've told me that flying to Sri Lanka is
18
absolutely
hours.
awful
Yeah,
and
it's
it takes
awful.
forever.
It's very bad.
Like, it's awful to be on an airplane for more than 2 hours for me, if I'm being honest. I hate it so much. And then missing the wedding because I had COVID and getting COVID period
Yeah,
was
and then
like it
having
was
COVID.
just absolute torture
Bad.
on my soul for the past
Bad.
few weeks. I
Yeah.
hated every second of it. Um so I'm struggling at the moment. We out here though, you know.
Listen, another disaster is not going to happen. Was that convincing? Surely
Mhm.
not.
Surely
Okay?
not.
Surely not.
That's three, and bad things come in threes. Okay, I'm done.
Exactly. We're
It's
done here.
over.
This is the
Leave
era.
me
The
alone.
era's over. Disaster
Leave
era
me
is
alone.
over.
Okay.
God.
Give me some time, please. I
Oh
beg.
my god. Oh no.
Ugh.
Well,
Anyway.
my weeks have been uneventful, I guess, compared to all this. um oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been a long time. But I had my exam. I did well on I did well enough. I kind of wish I did a little better, but that's neither here nor there. It's fine. But I was super burnt out afterward. Like I agreed to do all these like going out things after that exam,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not really, at the time making plans, I did not expect to be as exhausted as I was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like so like that, 2 weeks ago, that week was very tiring.
Right.
I was pretty disconnected from people. I didn't even go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like I can't even like be around people right now. Like I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I kind of just needed that week to really recover, I guess, and kind of get my sleep back on track. And that sort of thing. I just felt really bad and I was kind of like, what is this all for? All these dramatic thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But, that past weekend or, last week, I get like a lot of anxiety on Sunday because it's like preparing for the new week. I feel underprepared
Mm-hmm.
and I have to like plan out my schedule and I have to like think of all the energy I'm going to spend this week.
Right.
It kind of like freaks me out. So I was like in that vibe, but I was like, I can't do this. I can't live like this. So I did do all of my calendar blocking. I made like this to-do list that's on my
Mm-hmm.
whiteboard. Do you know the to-do list method of like separating a paper into quadrants? Like you make a cross,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top it's like high importance, low importance,
Yes.
high urgency, low urgency.
Yes.
I made one, but instead of 4, it has 9.
9? What in the
Low,
hell?
medium, high. Okay, because low and high is like too much of a dichotomy. Some things are
Wow.
medium important.
Wow.
Sorry, I hit my desk. I was excited. I was excited. So I have this 9 squares. But let me tell you, it's kind of
Does it work?
slaying. Because here's the thing, I haven't done all the stuff on the list, but I was able to. It's helping with prioritizing.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, these are things I want to do, but like, how urgent is this? I could really do this in the next 2 weeks and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, this isn't that important. Like,
Right.
it's just really nice to separate those things. I mean, even the 4 square method is just fine. I'm not telling people to do the 9. It's a little insane to do it. But I liked it. And I was like, all right, we need to stop being anxious because it's like 1 a.m. I have to go to bed. I have cadaver lab Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I woke up for lab very early. Because, you know, I like to like prep some notes before going in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm just gonna slay. I'm just gonna slay this week. Fuck it. I'm gonna slay this week. Okay?
Oh
I was
my
putting on my
God.
scrubs and I was like, listen, it's a 4-day week. We're off for Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have 4 days this week and then I have 4 days off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna crush this week.
The attitude shift. Wow.
Yeah, and I almost like became delusional. So I was like, I'm gonna crush this week. I'm gonna prepare for all my labs. I'm gonna answer all the questions. I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be turned on. Well, not turned on. I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on during lectures. I'm gonna answer all the questions. Okay, I'm gonna slay this week. It's very
My
like
God.
it's very like Joey Dardano energy.
Yes. Yes. Don't tell me to do
Yeah, anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of became delusional.
That's good though.
And I think it
okay,
worked.
here's the thing.
I think it
Sometimes you
worked.
need this like delusional confidence
Yes.
to get through.
And listen,
okay?
people commented on it.
Oh my
People
God,
commented on
really?
it. That's how well this worked. Yeah.
Wow.
Cause I went to lab and our lab is like a 2-hour session. And so I was
Mhm.
washing my hands and, you know, someone in my lecture group, she's like, hey, how are you feeling? Cause it's Monday. It's like the morning. Everyone's tired.
Right.
And she was like, hey, how are you feeling? And I was like, you know what? Well, I wasn't as excited. I was kind of like, I actually feel okay. I feel okay. Because I was already getting delusional about slaying this week. I was like, I think I'm doing okay. And I had a good lab. Like, I had a fun time reviewing.
Mhm.
And, you know, I was dreading coming this morning, but it's already over. And, like, we have a
Yeah.
short week this week. And so I was saying all this stuff, and she's like, oh my God, I wish I talked to you an hour ago. You know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm going to all my lectures. I'm answering questions. I'm actually knowing stuff.
Knowing?
It's why
Imagine knowing.
like going to lab and they're asking like, what do you think clinical manifestations will happen? And I'm answering correctly.
Bless.
Doctor. I'm a doctor. Okay?
I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor. And just like certain things, like I'm answering things correctly, I'm helping people understand things. And then Thursday rolls around and the same girl comes to me. She's like, you know, I did not know what she was talking about at first. Like we were
Mhm.
like, oh, you know, it's already Thursday. We have a long weekend. Like the week's already over. We just
Yeah.
have to get through this one more day. And she's like, you know, I really appreciated this like ray of sunshine this week. And I didn't know what she
Oh.
was talking about. I was like, well, we live on a tropical island. There's always a ray of sunshine. Well, I was kind of like, yeah. And then I was like, wait, me? She's like, yes, you. What do you mean? I was like, oh, I was just doing stuff. But then I remembered this delusional moment I had on Monday. I was like, oh, I said all this stuff that I was going to crush it. I was going to kill it. I was going to slay. And like now I'm at the point where I don't even remember that I said all that stuff. I just did it.
You just did it. Oh my God. And that right there is manifestation.
This is manifestation. It is not sitting around being like, I'm going to make $1 million.
It's delusional confidence into actually killing it.
Exactly. It's
and achieving
like,
goals slowly but surely.
You have to like engage with that feeling of like, yeah, this is going to go the way I want.
Yeah.
But then you have to like forget about it.
Yes.
Like you can't be like, oh, like one setback happens, like, oh, I said I was gonna crush it, and now like they don't have oat milk at the cafe, and I wanted to crush it. Now I can't because I can't have my matcha latte with oat milk.
Oh my God!
You gotta put.
You have to crush it. You have to just.
You just gotta do it. And listen, it's not like I had a perfect week. I would say this was a medium slay.
Medium slay.
Yeah.
But you still slayed.
I still slayed. Okay.
I love it. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. Yeah. And you know when
the
I did
inability to let me say that I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I said thanks. I said thanks. I was breathing out because I've just been like inhaling and screaming. Okay, I needed to exhale. Even when I went to therapy this week, I was saying like, you know, I was thinking of all these things that I need to like mentally process and that were really heavy for me. But now when I sit here in this room, I'm kind of like, these things ain't a big deal.
Wow.
And I was kind of like, am I just like, is this avoiding that? Or is this really me being like, those things don't really bother me right now. So like, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm figuring out now. Now that I've slayed.
Yes.
Was it a slay of omission of feeling?
Oh my God. Know? Right. Did you grind your way so hard through the week?
I don't think it's not giving that because I would be really exhausted and burnt out because I have that pattern. I've been doing that. I've been did that. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's probably why I felt horrible the last week of just like, oh, I just gotta grind. I have to, oh God, new module and I have to study.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that way right now.
Good.
So good. I would say medium slay.
Medium slay.
Medium
That's all
rare
we're looking
slay.
For. That's all we're looking for. I did literally nothing this week. I mean, I know you're going to say, you had COVID. I know I had COVID, but like, I didn't do anything this week and I feel weird about it. Like, this is the first thing I'm really doing since coming home.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling...
This is a medium slay.
This is a medium slay as well. I'm feeling apprehensive about like getting back into my personal grind while adding corporate grind. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh.
I'm getting a little bit anxious about it because like how I'm already a low motivation person.
Yeah.
So if I'm also anxious about work and I do the ADHD thing where if I have something at 2:00, I can't do anything for the whole day because I'm afraid I will miss it somehow. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, I have that problem so bad.
Yeah, I have this problem where I do that a lot. So I need to try to snap myself out of that and like still get some things done just, you know, like with expeditiousness.
Good word.
Like do the things in a timely manner and everything will be fine. Set alarms so that I don't get lost in the sauce like I often do.
Ooh, I love a calendar block.
Track of time.
Do you calendar block?
I
give me the most
calendar
basic
block.
advice.
I do calendar block, and I need to get back to, I have like this free digital calendar I got on my iPad. I need to get back to using that because it was really helping me block out my days. Like, it has a to-do list section, a little just like basic notes section. There's a priorities thing, like where I can put my top priority for the morning or
Wait, can
whatever,
you
but
send
then
that to
like
me?
block out, yes. But then I
Okay.
can block out my whole, like, my whole
Day.
afternoon is
Yeah.
work, and I can like say like, okay, you can stream for 4 hours here, but during stream you need to do this and this, like I can try to like be a bit more specific with
Mhm,
what I'm
mhm,
getting
mhm.
done, since I often do co-working streams anyway. Like, it gives me some time to have what is that called, where you depend on accountability. I can
Oh,
have
yes.
accountability with
Yes.
people to get the work
Yes.
done, which is why I love co-working. Even though I find that like maybe it's boring for streaming
I
content,
keep
but I'm
telling you, people are watching.
I
Okay? People
know.
are coming to your
I
streams.
I mean, I know.
Okay?
I just
Okay?
am like, is this boring?
No.
Oh God. I also am trying to find ways and time to diversify my content. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm. Ooh, this is a good week for that. Oh, bitch, when
yeah.
we get to the astrology,
It's, oh God, it's just going to be hard because I work literally 2 p.m. to
I
10 p.m.
know, I
So
know. That
I
mean
need to be good about it
you
in the
need to get
morning.
up in the morning, and you
Yeah,
know
I
what
need
else
to
you
get
have to
up.
do? You have to go to bed after you come home from
I
work.
know. I know.
You can't
I
come
need
home
to.
and put on Fortnite until
Mm,
2 a.m. and then get
I
up.
do not play Fortnite like that anymore,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh, anymore? You mean since
Anymore.
2 weeks ago?
No, I was not playing Fortnite 2 weeks ago, bitch. Ugh. No, yeah, I need to be pretty strict with myself about a schedule, like coming home, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, and going to bed.
It's so frustrating because I'm like, well, I didn't get to do the things I wanted to do today. And now that it's
Exactly.
11,
That's how I'll
11
feel.
p.m.,
Hmm.
I want to do stupid shit.
Yeah, that's how, I'm positive that that's how I will feel. So I'm really going to try to fight against my ADHD
No,
brain
do
being
stupid
like,
shit in
I
the
didn't get to
morning.
do anything for me today, but
Do
I
this.
want to stream too. So like, this is the problem I'm having, where I'm like, I want to stream, but I can't do all the stupid shit I want to do if I'm streaming. I can't, like, I've been contemplating and writing down ideas for making YouTube content, but I can't edit while I'm streaming because my PC will explode. So like, it will shut down and never turn on again.
Listen, you're gonna get this job. You're gonna listen, Venus. Okay, next week is gonna be good. Okay, listen,
Okay.
you can write out all these plans for these investments, and
Hmm.
it's gonna be a great time. Okay, I'm feeling optimistic on your behalf because I think you're feeling a little.
I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Like, I'm looking
Yes.
forward to having a job and the paycheck that comes with it, right? And I
Yes.
think this job will be good because it is a movement focused job for the most part. So like,
Yes.
I will be more active, which is always good.
See, see.
And I've been wanting to get more active, but then finding the motivation to do so has
Oh,
been lacking, right? Like,
just not there. It's so
yeah,
hard.
it's not there. Especially after Portugal. Like, we literally walked so much. Like, it felt so good. The thing that I have with myself and my body right now is that like, I know I'm strong,
Mm,
and I'm not necessarily fit, but I have pretty good endurance despite
mhm.
that. So like, I'm not an an incapable person of being physically fit or like movement or being or exercising. I'm just like, I'm not motivated to do so
Right,
because
right,
it
right.
rarely sounds appealing. So I
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um there are a lot of like things that I talk myself out of exercising. Like, if I exercise, I'm gonna get sweaty, and then I have to shower, and I don't want to shower right now because it's like noon. Why would I shower now when I still have more day to go? when I could shower later. You know what I mean? Like it's all these weird excuses that I make up for
Yes.
myself
No, I
that
know.
but it completely deters me from wanting to
Oh, well,
exercise.
I'm the same way because, like, I would like to work out in the morning and get it over with.
Mhm.
But then my roommates shower around the time that I would get back.
Mhm.
And, I've been like, I could shower at the gym, which I know that sounds a little ridiculous. I live right next to I really don't I don't live far from the gym at all. I can walk to the
Mhm.
gym really easily. But there are showers there. And I know people are like, "Oh, why would you want to shower at the gym?" But I actually really like that. Just like you shower, you bring all your stuff, you shower at the gym after working out and you leave already ready for the day.
Right.
And I kind of dig that. I just haven't changed over to that. And
Mhm.
also, like, it feels a little weird being at the end of the term starting a new workout routine and people who've been going at that same time all the time just being like, who's this new bitch? And no one is gonna care.
No one's going to care.
I know
But
that,
you're convinced that they
but
will.
they will.
I
Like,
get it.
yeah. Like, obviously, no one's gonna be like, "Who's this new bitch
Right.
coming into the gym?" No, no
Exactly.
one cares because they're at the gym at like 6:30 in the morning. Why would they
Yeah.
be caring about anyone else? But I'm still kind of
Yeah.
like,
I know. And like I could do that too. I could get up early and just like literally my dad has a treadmill and weight stuff in the garage. I could go walk on the treadmill
mm, and
and
listen to your shows.
yeah, listen to something and just get my heart rate up for a little
Hmm,
while,
hmm,
which would
hmm.
be good for me.
I've also been wanting to walk outside. Oh, I told you about this. I had to do this ridiculous favor for someone this week. I won't get into it. There's no point of getting into it. But it led me to walking a bit off campus at like 6:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
But it was really nice outside.
Yeah.
And it's like not hot yet and
Mhm.
it's quiet. And honestly, on campus, I was trying to walk on campus in the mornings, but we have just a bat problem.
Oh,
And they're fucking going
bats.
nuts at 6 a.m. because they're like, I don't know what it is. They're like, one last fuck before I go to bed. Like, they're
Oh my
screaming. So
god.
it's kind of not relaxing unless you go towards the ocean, which is also
Mhm.
nice, but we don't have a nice walking place towards the ocean. We have like nice
Mhm.
sitting places. So I was like, oh, when I had to do this favor, I had to like go towards someone's house and I kind of like walked in the neighborhood surrounding the school. And
Mhm.
like it was actually really nice. It was very quiet. There aren't a lot of cars driving by. The birds sound really nice. It's not hot. It's a little breezy. And I
Mhm.
was like, I could do this. I could wake up early and just go walk around. Um so I've thought about doing that too. Other rather than going to the gym. So
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't know. It's Saturn's telling me to go and be healthier and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I'm just
I know. I'm kind of like,
trying to figure out how to fit it
okay,
into my
yeah, like
life.
when do I do it? But I'm looking forward next semester I'll live on my own in a dorm and won't have to worry about like when I shower, when I cook or whatever. So, I just think that'll be better. But yeah, well, we're gonna figure it out. When we get into the astrology, you're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna support all the stuff that you were talking about, like where you want to put your money and all these creative
Mhm.
ideas. Like,
Oh
it's
god.
gonna be
Thank God
good.
though. I need it. I
I
need it.
know. I
I
know.
need
Trust
the
me.
push.
Trust me, I know. Oh, yeah, it's been a lot.
Ugh, okay. All right. Should we just get into the astrology
Let's
then?
get into it.
All right. What's coming up?
Well, okay. I'll tell you what's coming up, but let's recap what happened.
Oh, yes. Oh my god.
I have a feeling I've been trying to think of like why we've all felt like shit
Mhm.
for a little while. And I think it might have been Mars entering Cancer
Oh
on the
god.
25th.
Mhm.
So in the middle of your trip, Mars went into Cancer.
Of
Pluto
course.
also entered Aquarius. we'll get into it. But
Mhm.
Mars entering Cancer, I think that's what hit like all of our motivation
Mm.
because it is not the best placement. I know I talked about it probably in our first little rambly episode, our
Mhm.
first little bonus episode, that my Vedic placement is a Mars in Cancer, and that's like one of my most troublesome placements
Mhm.
because it's kind of a little unmotivated. It's a little like fatigued. Like just
Mhm.
imagine an overworked mother.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's kind of the vibe that it gives. It's like, oh, a little spread thin.
Mhm.
And like if willing to do the work can do a lot of beautiful things, especially like for the community or for your family, but it's very hard to like do your own personal pursuits. Like you
Right.
feel like you have to suppress your personal pursuits for some time.
Mhm.
So that's currently what's happening right now, at least in Mars, in the place of like work and goals and things like that. But I
Mhm.
think this next week will be a little good. Like Mars isn't moving quite yet, but I think some things will happen that will encourage us a little more.
Mhm.
Um, Also, I've seen some astrologers say that Mars in Cancer has a lot to do with like the fight for the feminine, and we've seen
Mm.
a lot of things about like a lot of especially like for trans rights and like
Mhm.
things of that nature, but also like these sexual assault charges that have been just so many people have been getting caught up with those sorts of things and like domestic
Mhm.
violence and that sort of thing.
Right.
So that's been a common theme. I think that's been like also weighing heavily on us.
Mhm.
Um like especially women and femmes feeling safe or feeling like that there is a possibility to get into a healthy relationship.
Mhm.
Those sorts of things are going to be common themes.
Right.
Um so yeah, that'll be happening for a little while, but I think that also has to do with some of the bad moods that I've been having
Yes.
about just men or just like my place as like a femme presenting person
Mhm.
has been coming up a lot. So if that's relatable, that can be part of why.
Right.
Um and then with Pluto entering Aquarius,
Oh my god, our
uh
first taste.
yes, first taste of Pluto entering Aquarius. Um, Obviously, we're going to be seeing a lot of things with our government,
Right.
um, and the things that it's doing wrong, like the things that kind of need to be pointed out.
Haha, haha.
And the day that Pluto entered Aquarius is when we started talking about this TikTok ban. Okay, now
Oh. Mhm.
literally the day. Like that's really when it came about. Like we've been talking about it for a while, but I'm pretty sure that's the day that TikTok CEO went to Congress.
Wow.
So, yeah, astrology is fake. um, and obviously, like, well, maybe not obviously, but the TikTok ban is not just a TikTok ban. It's about like privacy and internet usage for everyone. It's not
Right.
only about the app of
Mhm.
TikTok.
Right.
So I'm sure that fight will keep going on. We're going to be a little more informed about it. Um, and I've just found myself really detaching from the internet as much as possible. Not completely, like I've still been on
Mhm.
Twitter. But I've just been watching Twitch less, which
Yeah,
is kind of
same.
sad. Which is kind of sad because a lot of our friends are on Twitch, and that's how I communicate with a lot of people. But
Yes.
I realized that I was using Twitch as a way to avoid stuff.
Oh,
So I
yes.
really needed to like back away. So maybe when I'm feeling a little bit more like in balance, I mean, I'm gonna have a busy few weeks because I only have like 5, 6 weeks left of school.
Right.
um, so I'm trying to manage that a little better and
Mhm.
not just like get sucked in. Like my screen time was so high, embarrassingly high.
My screen time has been embarrassingly high. Like,
Yeah.
I think I need to get rid of all of my apps as much as it. Like, I
Yeah.
already did delete TikTok because I was scrolling for literal hours, like nearly every day. But I need to get rid of Instagram because I just do the same thing on Instagram
Right,
now.
right.
Twitter
Like
I can keep because I don't like Twitter. So
uh,
I don't
yeah, that's the thing.
spend a ton of time on it
I end
usually.
up going down rabbit holes in Twitter. Really, and
Yeah, I
any of the
managed to avoid that.
apps, any of those apps, can lead me to scroll for hours. I've
Mhm.
realized, like,
Yeah.
maybe when I first got them, it wasn't the case. Like, I used to say that TikTok wasn't the case because it's too informative, which is true.
Mhm.
My TikTok, like, my For You on TikTok is very nerdy for the most part.
Mhm.
It's very informative. And I used to be like, oh, I can only watch a few at a time because then my brain gets too tired. But now I'm like, oh, I could just keep watching shit.
Yeah.
So that's not good. And I've talked to so many students who are saying that we have like eye strain.
Yes.
Because we're looking at screens all fucking day.
Yep.
And I realized, like, when I'm studying at night, I'm using like dimmer lights in my room. And I was
Mhm.
like, what is that light on my ceiling? Like, what is this light reflecting on my ceiling? It's from my iPad on my desk.
Whoa.
My iPad from my desk shines such a bright light into the ceiling. And I'm like, I'm just putting this into my eyeballs all the time.
Right.
I'm staring into my iPod all day. So I'm kind of like, I've been wearing my glasses more.
Mhm.
Like my eyeglasses have the blue light protection. All of my screens are yellowed, like
Yep.
have the filters, but
Yeah.
it's still just so much. So I'm trying to, like, as much as possible, use technology less. And I
Yes.
feel like that's kind of the vibe that everyone's been on as well, is like it's getting a little overwhelming, to
Yes.
be on the internet too much, to see all these headlines, all of these like school shootings, all these political things that are happening.
Mhm.
But we have that craving to be informed,
Mhm.
but it's not going to lead to anything good. Like, I felt the same way during like 2020. I was like,
Right.
if I don't spend all day online updating myself on these things, I'm not going to be informed. But
Mhm.
it was detrimental in the end. So
Yes.
I can see us trying to sort of separate from that a little bit more,
Mhm.
because it's going to feel very intense with Pluto and Aquarius.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then,
I've been really trying to seek balance
yeah,
lately. Like,
yeah,
I've been offline all week, and
right.
I think I am just going to go ahead and like delete literally like every app on my phone. I'm getting rid of. I can't.
Get rid.
Like, I don't want to spend time on my phone. My screen time has always been really bad though. I am very much someone who's attached to their phone.
Right.
Um but I'm going to attempt to pull away and have a reasonable screen time of like, maybe 1 hour a day for the whole week instead
Yeah.
of you averaged 8 hours every day.
Oh,
Like,
mine
my
was
screen
worse
time
than
is
that.
so
Mine
bad.
was worse. And it's never been
No,
that bad in my life.
it
Like, it's
was
never been this
on.
bad.
I think recently I had like an almost 12-hour a day screen
Woo!
time. Like, it was so bad. So
Yeah.
bad
And when I was in Peace Corps, it would be like 3-4 hours.
for the whole week.
Yes. Like, that's my
like
average. No, no, no.
yeah.
That was my average
Oh,
per
that was
day.
your average per
But
day?
and the
Like,
thing is, I would like watch stuff on my phone and like
mhm.
listen to podcasts, and it would still only be like 3 hours per day. Now it's
Yeah.
like ridiculous.
I think I've been consuming too much in like a weird way. Like, I've been for some reason a couple of times this week I had like a YouTube video going, a stream up, and I was playing a game. I think I was trying to distract myself from being
Yeah.
anxious about being sick and
Yeah.
working
Yeah,
soon.
that's
Like, but
probably
I
it.
was just like, I'm overstimulating myself.
Yes, exactly.
This feels bad.
It's bad. It's not good. Yeah.
And I found my Kindle again, so I can just lay in bed and read on my Kindle until I fall asleep
Yeah, that's
instead
way
of like
better.
watching videos or scrolling on Instagram or whatever. I need to like leave my phone on my desk overnight, I think, and just have it
Yeah.
across the room. And then when my alarm goes off in the morning, I have to get up. So I think
Yep.
I just need to move it.
Yeah, I struggle a lot with scrolling in bed before I get up.
Mhm.
Um, so I've been trying to, I mean, I had this habit before of like not doing anything on your phone for an hour after waking up.
Mhm.
Um, it's really not that hard to like it's really not that hard to do. If you go, you brush your teeth, you wash your face or whatever, you get your coffee, you've already used up quite a bit of time. Like, if you're able to do that without your phone,
Mhm.
you've already spent quite a lot of time without it in the morning, which is going to be
Right.
beneficial. So I'm trying to get back into that. I think also my problem is before going to bed or like even taking a nap.
Yes.
because I'll sometimes nap after class or something. I'll be
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm too tired to keep studying. Like, my eyes are getting tired. And then I'll, like, lay down, but still scroll on my phone as if that's
Right,
any better.
dude. Oh, I'm so tired. Let me lay down for a
Yeah,
nap.
let me get a
Scrolls
nap.
for 2
Scroll,
hours
and it
instead.
doesn't get any sleep.
Exactly.
So
Not resting at all.
that's definitely something that's popping up as important to me
Mhm.
recently. Like, I can't avoid how much I use my screens for watching lecture and for studying,
Right.
but which means I just have to, like, reduce it everywhere else,
Mhm.
is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Um, and then also, okay, so I think the reason I started becoming so delusional on Monday and,
Uh-huh.
like, talking myself up is because Mercury entered Taurus, which is
Bless.
thank God.
Bless.
You
I
and I are
need
some Mercury ruled bitches.
we're very heavily ruled by Mercury.
So
So
it's quite
it
important
matters
to
to
us.
us.
It's important. It's important. I noticed that people are fighting less.
Thank God.
'Cause
Chill out.
yeah.
Everybody chill out. Look, my Mercury is in Libra, right?
Yeah.
I identify strongly with Libras and the way Libras are. Like, I need y'all to chill out. I don't like conflict. Doesn't mean I'm not good at it. I just don't want it in my life. So this Taurus making everybody calm the fuck down. Everybody, like, I've noticed
Like,
that
worry about yourself.
conflict makers in my friend groups even are like quiet right now. And I needed it. I need you all to shut up. I don't want to hear any more things you did that were annoying or witness them. I don't want it. Shut up.
No.
You're all
Yeah.
irritating me, and it's
Like,
time for Torian chill, okay? Work on yourself. Leave me alone.
oh my god. Oh my god. I
Delusional confidence. Sorry.
yeah, no, I honestly think, because I was kind of like, let me worry about me. Like, what
Yeah.
are you all talking about? I'm gonna
Mhm.
worry about myself.
I'm gonna slay.
I'm gonna slay. It's really like working on your inner dialogue.
Yes.
Because that's like, I don't know, it's very Taurian to me. Like, let me worry about what I'm doing. Stay in my lane.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that could be why I felt a little better this last week
Right.
about just like, let me just do my work. I was so burnt out the past week that I was like, what am I even doing this for? Like, I put in all this work for this goal that is very abstract to me. But
Yes.
then, this past week, what I decided to do is be like, no, I know why I wanted to do this. If I can't connect with it right now, that's fine. But I'm just going to worry about doing the work today,
Right.
and then each day I did that.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely. I
so,
love it.
so yeah. And also, I think the Libra full moon. Now,
Mm.
usually I don't connect very well with Libra transits or placements, but I felt it heavy this week.
Mhm.
In Libra full moon, which was on Tuesday,
Oh my
Wednesday.
god.
Um,
Oh, the way this week, now that you're saying this, the way that like early this week, I was like, this is very like not how I really see Libras, but is
mm,
maybe an aspect of Libraism for me.
mhm, mhm.
Like, I was like, I want somebody to take care of me right now. Why won't someone just appear and take care of me?
Oh my
Like,
god.
when I tell you, I considered going to my apartment and having my ex take care of
Are
me this
you
week.
fucking joking?
I'm not
I
joking.
will come
I
over
thought
and
about it. No,
fight you
I
right
thought about
now. I'm gonna
it.
fight you right now. I
That's
cannot believe you just
how
said this to me. What
that's how
the fuck?
deep
And
that is how
you didn't say
deep.
anything to me.
No, I said nothing. I was like, I'm not telling anyone I thought this because that was a low point for me. I was like, no, I was losing it, dude. I was like, I'm so
What
sad.
the fuck
I
is he
feel
gonna do? He
awful.
doesn't know what the fuck he's gonna do.
Look, you know what he's gonna do? He wants me back so bad, he's gonna do
Stop.
everything.
I
Everything.
I'm gonna punch something right now. I'm so. Oh,
No, this was I felt so
no, 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 no,
awful.
no, 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 no. I
Like,
rebuke. I felt, okay? I don't care.
I know. I'm not even trying to justify this anymore. I'm simply saying the way I felt these placements this week wasn't like not in their most evolved way for me because I was in such a bad place. I was just like so needy. I was so mad at everyone, even though like no one did anything to me. I was literally being left
Wait, were you
alone
mad
all
at me?
week. No, 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 no. I wasn't. I wasn't. I was just like literally everyone's leaving me alone and like, people are checking in on me and I'm like, but it's not enough. I need someone to take
Oh
care of me.
my god, dude.
It was
I
so annoying.
swear
And
to
like
God.
it was also hard cuz like obviously we were all home this week and my dad was working a little bit but not too much. But like my dad was taking care of my mom because she felt really bad and I was
Mm.
like, I just want someone to take care of me. Like they could give a fuck about me right now and that feels bad. So I was in such a low place this week. Earlier this week, I feel much better now, but it was like that full moon hit me hard in not a nice way.
Whoa.
um
No. No.
and even Taurus and Mercury. But like I did notice it externally that like people were shutting up, but I also was like internally just like not well. I was like, I hate where I am right now. Like you can feel these things in a not positive
Oh
way.
yeah. Cuz
So
yes,
just
Taurus
acknowledging that happened for me this week.
Taurus can also be easily frustrated and a little stubborn.
Hmm.
Um and kind of like, why aren't these up to my standard?
Hmm.
Libra is in a similar way. So it's kind of like, is that building you up? Like, we got to change something? Or is it going to
Yeah.
be like, I need everything else around me to change right now, or I'm going to
Right.
act like,
It's
frustrated
so
and yes.
interesting. Like, even though this was a Mercury and a lunar transit this week, like the Venusian energy was so high between these two placements ruled by Venus traditionally. Like, it was just
Mm.
so much Venus energy for me,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was not, and like, again, because I was already feeling really low, it was just like not a good time for
Right, right,
me.
right.
It was definitely like a weird, I mean, I wasn't being codependent because I don't have someone here to be codependent with, but
No,
like,
but you had codependent
yeah, I
urges.
was having codependent urges for sure and like feeling just like not my best self, not my usual rather independent self, I think.
Right.
I was even like I don't know, even with the person I'm seeing, I was like, I don't really want to talk to you. You're not what I need right now. And it was really weird. It's been a very weird week in terms of how I view my relationship, actually,
Right.
which is not odd or not like unusual because of this Mercury transit and the Libra full moon.
Yeah.
Like, but the way I'm viewing my relationship has been very interesting this week. So I don't know. This is not like a great week for me, but I love these transits. No, traditionally, like this is a time I would be feeling really good.
Right. Here's the thing, is that any transit is not going to like magically make you feel better or worse.
Hmm.
Anything you can be prepared for, and you can be like, this is what I'm going to do with the energy. That's it. Like, this is what
Yeah.
I've decided.
Right.
But if you're unprepared, like what you said, it's kind of going to go off of what you're already in. Like, if you
Hmm.
were already feeling bad and already feeling a little overwhelmed, then it's just gonna exacerbate those things.
Yep.
And it's yeah, it's all a mind power game. I
It
think.
is. Oh God.
Well, there's lots of Venus transits this week. Now that you say
Oh.
that, so
Okay.
let's
Now
get
we're
into
moving
this
into what's
week.
coming. Okay.
Yes, so this week, um, Venus, on the day that this is released on Monday, Venus, or like Monday around midnight, so Monday Tuesday ish.
Hmm.
Venus is entering Gemini until
Oh.
May 7th. So,
Okay.
yes, Venus is moving. Okay. Venus was in Taurus for a couple weeks, which probably highlighted a lot of whatever you're feeling about your relationship, whatever anyone's feeling about your relationship right now.
Hmm.
Moving into Gemini is a very interesting, to me, an interesting placement because it's not necessarily exalted. Like Gemini is not very Venusian.
Right.
It's quite intellectual. It's a little emotionally detached.
Mm-hmm.
So in that way, it can be flirty, but not like in a serious manner, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
So that's kind of the vibe. Like if someone has a Venus in Gemini, they might relate to this where they're not very emotionally attached, but they don't mind like having they don't mind a flirt
Right.
or like a little intellectual conversation with someone who's cute or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like crush update, I do have like a little crush right now that
Right.
feels very this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not mutual yet. Okay.
Right.
I would love for it to have a little like flirty back and forth, but it's kind of like I'm still testing the waters.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's kind of the vibe of just like having a little crush and it just makes you want to like dress up and like seem really charming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this can be a metaphor too because Venus also has to do with like investments
Mm-hmm.
and sort of receiving abundance. So it can also be like dressing the part for like how you want to like accomplish these goals. You know, like, oh, you have
Right.
this kind of intellectual thought of these things that you want to accomplish. So you're just going to act the part. Gemini is also like a, drama, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I'm just gonna fulfill this little role. I'm gonna put on this little mask as if I've already accomplished the thing,
Yes.
and that's it. Like it's just gonna be
Ooh,
very
this is how
lighthearted.
I get a lot of things in my life where I'm like, I already have it. It's mine. So let me look the part. Let me
Exactly.
act the part.
Gemini
Like, it's
rising,
done.
baby.
I know. We're good at this.
Yes,
We're
we're
good
really
at
good at
this.
this.
Wear the mask for the thing
Exactly.
that you want.
Exactly. And also like we can think of how Mars was in Gemini for a really long time, for like what, 8, 9 months,
Hmm.
since last summer until it moved into Cancer a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
Um, and in that time, I remember when I was writing about it, is that like you're almost getting so many ideas for
Hmm.
goals, and maybe now you're going to reap the benefits of those ideas if they were put into any kind of fruition, which is kind of hard
Right.
for Gemini. It's hard for Gemini to put an idea and actually make it like concrete.
Yes. There are
But
a
if
lot, it's a lot of abstract
Yes,
ideas.
yes. But if there have been things that you've been like thinking about since last summer that maybe you put a couple into action, maybe this is a really good time to like really put those things into action, maybe revisit those things that you were trying to do.
Right.
And if you've started any of those things, like you can look at them in a very like appreciative way and maybe make some creative changes to it because Venus is also about like creation.
Hmm.
Um and just be a little less like, I don't know. The thing for me is Geminis will try anything. They'll kind of like
Yes.
they're very curious, they're very into trying new things, and they're not attached to them either,
Hmm.
which may sound not that great, but it's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none energy. But if
Right.
you want to think of it more positively, it's like I'll try this out, and if I'm not good at it, okay, I'll try something else. Whatever, like
Right.
cool, let's try
Right.
this
There's
other
a bit of
thing.
fluidity to it
Yes,
versus um kind of a stagnation and like, well, I'm bad at this. Great. I'm not going to try anything ever
anything
again.
ever
Like
again. Or like, I'll never come back to this if I'm bad at it. Gemini will
right.
kind of be like, well, whatever, maybe I'll come back to it if I'm interested.
Mhm.
Not so like not so attached in that way. Like not a
Right.
performance detached. Like think of how a
Mhm.
teenager will just do like fuck all. Like
Right.
very that energy. And Aries is sort of that energy too, where it's kind of like not a perfectionist at all. Not worried
Mhm.
about doing something perfectly.
Right.
Um,
And we're moving into right? No, where are
Well,
we?
Aries
We're in
season.
Aries
We're
season.
in
Oh my
Aries
god.
season.
It is Aries season.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah, yeah.
shit.
I know. I know. It's really it's just
Ugh.
the years speeding on by.
Yes, it is.
Um so I think Venus will be like this Venus transit will be very good. Maybe not the best for like a deep relationship kind of time because it's also trining with Pluto in Aquarius on Tuesday. So it's
Mhm.
like entering Gemini and immediately trining with Pluto, which
Oh,
is can be very transformational. But the thing is that this is an air trine,
right.
so it's not like a deep lovey dovey kind of transit to me. It's
Mhm.
more like a little more intellectual, a little more flirty and detached. But it could
Mhm.
be like fun. Like it's meant to be lighthearted. It's not meant to
Right.
be super deep. Um and I mean to me, oh, also the sun is conjunct, okay, many things are happening on Tuesday. So
Mhm.
Venus entered Gemini, trines with Pluto, and then the sun in Aries and Jupiter will they'll be like on top of each other.
Oh.
So if you don't listen, I'm adjusting my glasses. I'm adjusting my glasses. If you don't write down some goals on Tuesday, I will come to your house and fight you. Okay? Okay? Like
Tuesday is in tomorrow when this podcast episode comes out.
yes.
Tomorrow
The
is the big
11th
day.
of
Get those
April.
goals written down.
Write them down.
Me talking to me.
Yes. Those big visions, like what are you doing all this for? Write down like the big picture vision of it
Oh God.
so that you don't forget.
Why would you what
You
is
got
the
it.
vision?
Exactly. That's a great question. And if it's not, if, here's the thing: if you don't have that fleshed out, it's fine. Like for me, I'm the type of person that has the big picture but can't get all the little actionable items
Mhm.
down. If you're more of an actionable items, it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the end goal? And like, are you content with what you're doing now? Do you need to change it to be more fulfilling for you?
Right. I mean,
Um,
I lost my big picture a long time ago. So,
yes, so that's the time to sit down.
not to be a Debbie Downer, but my big picture went away when I feel like my life fell apart. But that's not really what happened. It's just like my mental health shifted
Right,
and I didn't know how to cope without the trajectory I had set myself on, and I haven't figured it out yet. I
right.
mean, I guess I have goals for the next few years, but
See
they're
that
like very small. This is like very small. This is not big picture.
that's
This
what I'm
is just
saying.
like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trajectory and like small goals are different
right.
from like what do you just want to feel at the end of all of this?
Mhm.
Like what will fulfill you? And that doesn't have to be some huge thing. It can just be like being content with your life. It can be like healing some familial trauma that you've had, like, or just having a different relationship with yourself than what you've grown up with. It
Right.
doesn't have to be these like you don't have to become the fucking president. Okay.
Seems like a terrible job anyway.
Yeah. Just saying. So that's sort of what I mean is like connecting with you outside of all the external stuff of these things that maybe you thought you wanted to accomplish or like degrees and stuff
Mhm.
or like, getting a fucking master's and whatever.
I mean, that's all I've got.
I was
Samantha,
thinking
please. Okay.
I was thinking of how comically huge my master's degree is and that I'm like embarrassed by it. You know how people like hang up their degrees in their
Yeah.
office? I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like I need people to know that I have degrees, but they look cringe.
They look cringe.
They do. And it's like in Latin, like it's not that deep, okay? I just want to like do some good stuff in the world, okay? I don't
Right.
really care about all these little labels and accolades, right?
Right.
So that's what this week is about. Is like, nah, the accolades, cool, 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 but like, what are you gonna do? Like, what do you want? What's gonna fulfill you?
Mm.
You're not gonna be fulfilled. Trust me, you're not gonna be fulfilled by the stupid master's degree.
You're asking too many questions and you're too loud, okay? I
Okay,
don't like it.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Um,
Things to think about. It's really important to think about these things sometimes. Just like check
yes,
in. Because obviously
yes.
I'm having a crisis right now with you saying this shit.
Okay,
So
that's
I
fine. You
should
can
be
have a
thinking about it
crisis.
more.
You can have a crisis. It's fine. You have a whole week.
Oh my god. A
Or,
whole
you have
week.
the rest of your life. You don't have to have the crisis right now, okay?
Oh
As
my
we're
god.
recording. um,
Okay, put that in the filing cabinet for later.
yes, but as long as you open it later, don't just let it become dusty and crusty, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
We'll see.
Because here's the thing. So I said that was a trine, right? So that's a
Yes.
very opportunistic and good day. Even a conjunction is a very good
Yeah, you said
transit.
the sun conjunct with Jupiter and the
Yes.
trine
Venus
between
trine
Venus
Pluto.
and Pluto.
Yeah. But on Friday, the 14th,
Hmm.
Venus will also square Saturn in Pisces. Okay?
Oh.
So we've been talking about Pisces or Saturn in Pisces and how we're getting like these sort of calls to change our lifestyle habits and our
Hmm.
health. Okay. So that will
Hmm.
go really well with these visions that you've written down and you've, checked in with yourself
Hmm.
that relate to Venus and like your relationships, your investments, your life visions. And you can make some actionable steps at the end of the week. Um,
Oh.
so this is a square, and some people look at squares a little negatively because it's not a very harmonious transit.
Right.
But in reality, they're just like making you aware of stuff. Maybe some stuff
Hmm.
that you don't want to hear.
Hmm.
you know? Like, hey, you really need to you need to start exercising more. You need to start waking up at a normal time. Okay? This
Going
is
to
me
bed
to
at
me.
a
This
normal
is
time.
this is me to me. You need to stop going to bed at like 3, 4 a.m. Okay?
Hmm.
Whatever it is, to help support this big vision that you have, that uh have checked in with yourself at the beginning of the week. If you don't do this at the beginning of the week and you're like, this is what I'm doing all this for, then Thursday's gonna come around, or sorry, Friday's gonna come around and you're gonna be like, oh my god, all this stuff that I'm not doing right. And you're gonna
Yeah.
become very pissed off
Hmm.
of hearing these things that you don't want to hear. But if you're like,
Hmm.
yeah, that makes sense because I want to be a bad bitch.
Right.
So I
Right.
need to like wake up and do bad bitch things in the morning or whatever
Right.
whatever that version is. It's not going to feel as harsh on Friday if you've already kind of checked in with yourself. Like, yeah, this is the trajectory of my life and I kind of want to like be more fulfilled in this way.
Hmm.
um, you'll just feel like a little inspired to make those changes instead of overwhelmed, if that makes sense. But
Right.
you got to sit down and have those conversations with yourself.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's really it. Like it's really a lot of Venus stuff happening.
Hmm.
We are, I think we can officially say, in Mercury retrograde shadow. Okay?
Woohoo.
Um so I will say all the things that people say about Mercury retrograde. Get your car checked out. Okay?
Before
Before this week. You should do it this week because Mercury goes retrograde on
on
the
the 20th.
21st. Oh,
Oh
okay,
yes,
yeah.
the 21st. The 21st. You're right.
Yes.
The
On the
day after
21st.
420.
Incredible.
Right.
Honestly, get all of your dealings done before 420. Then you can
Yes.
enjoy 420 and then Mercury will go retrograde.
Yes. If you're one of those people that's like looking at houses right now, you
Mm,
need to sign contracts before the 21st.
yes, if you haven't,
Really, it should even be, like you said, this week,
yeah.
because the next week is much closer to the
Yeah.
retrograde. And you really should be doing this now or waiting. Do
Yeah.
not do it during. There will be issues,
Yes, and there
more
will be
issues than you
delays.
suspect.
Any dates that you need to, if you need to like schedule meetings that are really important, any contracts that are pending, any paperwork that needs to be sent in, anything like that, anything you have to mail in, or any medical appointments that you have to do, like small medical appointments, I would get them done soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Um yeah, anything like that. To prepare for Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde doesn't have to be all that bad
Mm-hmm.
as long as you can be flexible.
Right.
But if you have a lot of these important little schedule appointment, car, medical appointment things, I would get them done early and not depend on this like a little more chaotic time where you're going to have delays or just mishaps or whatever it is.
Right.
Um
Exactly.
so yeah, that's pretty much all I got this week. I think it can be really good, for kind of if you're feeling stagnant to like wake up a little and be like,
Mhm.
okay, these are some changes we're going to make.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Me to me.
Me to me. Me to me as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of shifts I really want to make, and I've pinpointed them. It's just actioning them that's been a little difficult. So that's what I'm going to
Yeah.
work on probably this week,
Well,
and then like
now
make sure I know kind of where I'm headed.
exactly. Now you're post vacation, post COVID.
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
it's a little easier on you, I think, this week.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
mean, I start work, so
Yes, you do start work, but just like do these little things. You don't have to like I said, this isn't like a 5-year plan kind of like a week.
hmm,
Okay? This is like what is the one or two or three main objectives of life
for me.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um
Oh,
so yeah,
yes.
that's it. Nothing too
That's it.
big. If you are Venus ruled, I would really buckle the fuck up this week, I think, because there's a lot of
Mm,
Venus transits. That means
mhm.
if you have a Taurus rising or Libra rising, um, or if you have a Taurus Venus or a Libra Venus, that means your
Me.
Venus placements is quite strong. So I would also, just pay attention this week. Also Mercury, if you're Mercury
Yeah.
rule, Gemini rising. Is that it? What else is Mercury rule?
Virgo.
Mercury. Oh yeah, Virgo rising or those placements in Mercury. I would also pay attention this week to those things. You might
Yeah.
feel it a bit more.
I think it'll just be a little bit more intense for those of us who have those placements. Like me, I have a Venus Libra. Um, and I think we'll all feel, we'll just feel it a bit more. The call outs might be a bit more clear, honestly. Like the
Right.
things that are wrong or whatever the placements are calling out this week will probably come through a little bit better for us, honestly.
Yes.
Um, so it'll be a bit more pointed that,
Yeah.
like, hey, you, person who's affected by what these transits call out deeply, you need to pay attention. And
Yeah.
here are the things you need to pay attention to.
Which is definitely a good thing. But just know
It is.
it's
It can
gonna
be intense though, and
yeah.
like this week was hard because it was a lot of traditionally Venusian ruled planets. So for me, like I was feeling it really heavy and like again had to talk myself out of literally calling my ex. Like
Yeah.
bad. Bad. So I just, we're getting through.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's hard. It's also hard to be ruled, have like a lot of Venusian energy.
Mm.
It's just hard.
Mm. Yeah. Keep
It's
telling
hard.
me more.
It's hard to be Venusian ruled. You're so delicate,
Oh my
so
god. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
wanted by everyone,
Okay.
but no
Okay.
one really meets the
Oh,
standards. And
okay. I
I'm being really annoying. And I'm just
No,
kidding,
no,
but
no. No.
just
Not at
kidding.
all. Not at all.
Oh my god, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Mm.
All
But
right,
yeah,
should we move on?
I think that's all I got for astrology this week. Listen, medium slay is the goal.
Medium slay.
Medium slay. Okay.
All right, let's move on to our last segment.
So what have you been watching or listening to or reading, consuming, etc.?
Well, for the past couple of weeks, I've been on a reread. I've been trying to get back into reading more
Mm.
because it's something that brings me a lot of joy, is not necessarily attached to my phone, easy to do anywhere, and highly distracting, which is what I like in a hobby. Um, I like it to take me out of this world and put me into a different one. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I'm a big fantasy reader. I love escapism. Look, I said I'm a big escapist,
Yeah,
okay?
as a Pisces, I have to
It's a
agree.
problem. I
I
love
I went down the
escapism.
drug route. So, um,
I went down the consumes 4 books in a week route. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Nerd
we don't have to debate on which one's
heavy.
better or worse, it's fine.
No, that's not, we're not calling that into issue here. It's whatever your escapist route, as long as it is healthy and not self-destructive. That's what we're going
Right.
for.
Right.
Um, so I've been trying to get back into my reading habits. Like I was big into reading beginning of the pandemic. I was reading all the time. I read like 80 books that first year
Mm,
and I just fell off again because I find that like reading is sometimes like too mentally taxing for me
mhm,
these days as someone who's probably just chronically overstimulated.
mhm, mhm.
So reading becomes a bit too much effort. Um, so I've been trying to get back into reading because it's also something that I can't do other things while I read.
Right,
Do you
right.
know what I mean? So
Yes.
like that has been hard for me because I've needed more distraction
Mhm,
from
mhm.
my brain, but I'm trying to refocus. And again, this will help me work on my attention span. It'll help me work on not having 12 things on at the same time to try and like be fully distracted. Like
Mm.
reading a good book is distracting enough for me.
Do you like listening to an ambiance?
I can do an ambiance. I
Oh,
do like, you know, like a cafe ambiance,
I
a
have
tavern
so
ambiance
many.
or something.
I
Like I
have
have
one.
follow multiple channels for just
Yes, same,
ambiances.
same, same. I have one that's literally like, you're entering a magical elf library.
Yes, exactly. That's the shit I like,
Yes, I
okay?
love it.
That's
I
that
love
shit I like. So I'm trying to refocus. And that to me is not like quote unquote having something else on. That is simply like providing myself with a tiny bit of audio stimulation so that
Yes.
I don't like sometimes I get so sucked into reading that, you know, a lot of time will pass, but then I'll pop out of it and not know where I am. And like
Yes.
having the tiny bit of audio stimulation will
You
help me
stay
be
here.
focused and
Yes, yes,
present
yes.
instead of like getting completely lost. Even though I like getting lost in a book, I look for books that make me feel that way, right?
Yeah.
But just a little bit less so because I can like really be disappointed when I stop reading. So like that I've come back to reality,
Yes, I know
you
that
know.
feeling well.
Yeah, so I try to find a balance between like being present and being absorbed in my book. So
Mm,
I've been trying to read again, but I'm rereading right now because that helps me reading something that I've read before
mm,
that I love.
mhm,
And one of my favorite series of all time is the All Souls series by Deborah Harkness. The first book is A Discovery of Witches. The second one is The Shadow of Night. And the third one is called The Book of Life. So I'm rereading this series.
I think
I've
you've
been,
told me about this series before.
I'm sure I have because I read it in college and have been obsessed with it
Mm,
ever
mhm,
since. So I read the first one. I started the first one a while ago, but finished it while I was flying to Portugal, and I've been working on The Shadow of Night since then, and I read a ton of it coming back. I think I read most like over half the book on the way back, and then like this week I didn't have the brain energy to read.
mm,
But I've been really enjoying the reread and like getting back into that world and getting back into a reading mindset. I like rejoined this booktube creator that I love. I think she's great. She has a Patreon that I
mhm.
rejoined, and she hosts like sprints almost every day. I think she's going on vacation for a little bit, so I'm going to be like, what do I do without these daily sprints? But like reading sprints are basically co-working sessions, like a timed thing. She like
Right.
you read for 45 minutes and take a 15-minute break kind of
Mhm,
thing.
mhm.
Um but they just are called reading sprints when you're specifically in the booktube world.
Space.
Yes, space. So I didn't read a lot this week, but I've been trying to get back into reading, and it's been helpful to have a bunch of people who are also reading or anything like that. Again, co-working works. Try it. I recommend it.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's been nice. I love this series. Highly recommend if you like, fantasy books. I will say The Shadow of Night, which is the second one, the one I'm reading, is the slowest one, but I love the ambiance of this book so much that I can ignore how slow it is. The first one is very, very good though. Definitely like it's like fantasy romance. It's great. Witches, vampires, demons, but demons are not like demons from hell. It's a different thing entirely. And the other thing, since I didn't read this week, instead I binged Bridgerton with my mom.
Oh my god, have you watched Bridgerton before?
No. No, I have not. We literally sat down, I think on Saturday. We sat on the couch together all day and watched all of season 1.
Amazing. Do you
It
like
was
it?
good. I do like it. But I
See,
love Victorian romance drama. It's
yeah.
nonsense. I
See,
love it.
okay, this is actually what I was gonna bring up. When you're talking about Portugal,
Mhm.
I posted something on my story about like an Indian family um in England at the Birmingham or the Buckingham Palace.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw this. And they're like, "Hey, where are we? We're in Buckingham Palace." And then the brother is like, "This institution is not," like he was like starting on a rant about colonialism. And I
I love
posted
it.
that, and my sister's like, "This is so you." And I'm like, I know. That's why I posted it.
I love it.
And so my sister was trying to get me to watch Bridgerton because there's brown people in it, basically, or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And I was like, I don't want to see this colonial era,
Oh my
Victorian
god. Here's
period.
the thing though. I know
Yeah,
you say
convince me,
that.
convince me,
I know you say
convince
that, but
me.
the point is, and like why there are black people, and then truly in the second season, the main love interest is an Indian
Yes,
girl.
I know. I've seen so much. I've
Right.
seen so much about it.
So I
Yes.
haven't finished season 2. I'm about halfway through. But for season 1, it is like an alternate
I know.
Victorian,
Yes,
right? Like
I
the
get
queen
it.
is black because
Yes,
the white king chose her.
I
But
know.
anyway,
But like
it's
even that
I
you
know this is just your personality flaw, okay? It's your
my
personality
personality
flaw.
flaw. My
Yes, it's
personality
your
flaw.
personality flaw. You can't suspend your disbelief hard enough, all right? It's fine. It's a really good show. It's a very good distraction. Like the drama, it's tense. It's tense, okay? I loved it. Um
Ugh.
I did think like in the later part of the first season there was like I am like the main types of books that I read these days because they're easy to read and fly through are smut novels, right? Like I'm not
Mhm,
a
mhm,
prude. I'm
mhm,
not like bothered by sex in any way, shape, or form. But there were
mhm.
like too many sex scenes in the later part of the show for me,
Wait,
if I'm being
really?
honest. Yeah. It was like a little too much for me. I was annoyed.
Well,
Like,
I'm
happy
often
for them. I'm
not
annoyed.
happy for okay. Well, I'm not easily bothered by sex, but I often feel like it's put into shows just for viewership and not for story.
Yes.
You know, like it's not actually conducive to the plot. When it is,
Yeah.
then it is.
And the like this sort of is like there's like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like all of these sex scenes like are making a point that is
Yeah.
eventually brought to a head, but it's also like honestly you could have done this like 2 fewer
Like
times and it still would have hit.
the
Yeah.
sex scene could have been an email kind of thing.
Almost. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
I was just like not really interested in watching that. I mean, I was also watching it with my mother, so like not,
Oh, okay.
a
Yeah,
great
actually.
time to like watch a
Yeah.
sex scene, but I was also but like I don't know. While I don't like in books, I don't love a fade to black. In a TV show, I'm fine with it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Yes.
Because I
Yes.
would rather this be only in my head reading
Then
versus like
with my
watching this on
mother.
a like right, but like watching it in a show is not necessary for me. There are
Right.
other things you can watch if you want to see that, and
Yes.
it's not a show on Netflix. Okay.
Oh
Anyway,
my
I
god,
really
that's
liked
funny.
Bridgerton.
That's funny. Yeah, in conclusion.
It was a great show to binge with my mom.
Mm.
I loved the drama. I thought it explored some really interesting themes, actually. Like, genuinely, there were some themes that they explored that I think are important and were done fairly well. And I think in this next season they're doing kind of the same thing. Some of the characters are so unlikable, which is normal, right? Like,
Right.
there have to be unlikable characters or you have no one to root for in a show. But some of the characters were and like morally gray characters for sure. People who
Right,
I
right,
thought I
right.
liked and then they did something and I was like, that's horrible.
See, I tend
You're a
to
bad
like that.
person.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think you would like it if you can get over
My ick for romance
your
and
ick for romance and
colonialism.
colonialism. Yeah,
Those are like the two biggest icks I have.
I know. But it is a romance show. So, like, truly, if that's
Oof.
going to bother you, don't watch it. It is based on romance
Yeah.
novels. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
it
the thing is I
genuinely.
like, we'll explore it sometime. Okay.
We talked about it a little bit on our bestie tag episode.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't hate romance, but
Yeah.
sometimes I'm also like, this isn't what I want.
What have you been listening to? Let's move on.
So I just have some songs I've been listening to. I don't have that much, but let me see. Oh, I've been obsessed with this song that I very randomly found because African Boy posted it on his reels. It
Oh my
was
god.
so random. Um, the song's called Yahyuppiyah.
Sounds like a great song.
Yahyuppiyah. It's an Afrobeat song. It has like 30 people on it, but I think the main artist is Uncle Waffles, which is just an incredible name.
Yes.
Okay, it's like long and it builds up and it's so hype.
Love that.
That's really all I can say about it. It's just been a hype
Delusional
song.
confidence in a song.
Yeah, maybe that's why I liked it. But yeah, that's just been a vibe. I also have been listening to Tinnitus by TXT, which is also an Afrobeats inspired song.
We
so,
love.
so that's been nice. That's the only song I liked on their little mini album, I'm not gonna lie.
Unfortunate.
Sometimes you find like a B-side that's just like a gem.
Right.
So that's kind of how that was. I also discovered that very randomly. And another thing is that there's a girl group called Billie. They had a comeback. Their song is called EUNOIA, as in EUNOIA. EUNOIA. Super cute. It gives like similar vibes to like New Jeans, but also like different. A little more like of a upbeat song. That music video is really cute. And that's just like one of the K-pop releases I've enjoyed recently. And finally, the new KAYTRAMINÈ and Amine
Yes.
collab.
Super group, but it's two people.
Yeah, a duo group, I guess. And it's
much
called
like Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic.
It took me a long time to remember the name of them, but yes,
Yeah.
much like Silk Sonic, but better.
Way better. Are you joking? That's like, first of all,
not even in the same league.
Yeah,
if I'm being
not
honest.
even the same.
So much better than Silk Sonic.
Less light skinned. Less light skinned.
True.
Yeah,
it's so true.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What is the song called?
It's called Forever.
Mm-hmm.
The number 4 EVA.
Right.
Forever. Right. Featuring Pharrell Williams, which is always unnecessary.
Yep.
But he co-produced, so they had to say that, I guess. I don't really...
He's on the song, of course, because he can't keep his grubby hands, his grubby voice out of a song that he produces.
Yeah, but like I can't even pinpoint it. It's probably just some ad-libs.
Yes, it's just some ad-libs. I heard it very clearly. I listened to it.
Okay. But that's been a vibe. I think they're releasing something together. I don't really know.
I think an album.
Is. I will be so hyped for that.
Yeah, this is a collab that like hits.
I never knew that I needed this, but I need it.
It'll be really good, I think.
I love KAYTRAMINÈ. Have loved KAYTRAMINÈ for a long time. He's
Mm-hmm.
so fine, very talented. Okay. And always has really good collabs. And I really liked his album from a few years ago. So I'm excited for anything else that he makes, and obviously anything that Aminé makes is amazing.
Always good.
So always
Let's be
good.
real.
So I'm happy that they're collabing. I'm happy that they're like friends, I guess. I don't know. I like
Yeah,
it. I like it when people I like are friends.
I agree. It's nice when you like these artists separately and then they collab and like actually
Yes.
seem to enjoy each other.
Yeah, and it's not like a forced collaboration.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
The
that's
song
pretty
is very
much
good. This I've only heard the snippets. I haven't been able to listen to the whole thing,
it's
but it's
very
like
vibey.
exactly the vibe that I need for kind of spring and summer. It's gonna be great.
Yes. Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited for them to release that spring summer. EXO's gonna release their shit in the spring summer.
EXO.
I'm gonna
Bless.
scream.
Did you have fun at the thing?
Okay, so they have a 2-day fan meeting. Day 2 is what's live streamed. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's
Oh, yeah,
tonight.
that's
So
tomorrow.
that's well, it's technically tonight.
Today.
Today/tomorrow.
Yes.
So what I was looking at this morning was like the day 1 stuff.
Got it.
But they sang a new song that I guess will be on the new album. And then Bacon said that they're filming 3 music videos.
Wow.
I'm gonna scream.
That's gonna be amazing.
I'm so excited.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm excited for EXO to release music. And yeah, that's really I've just been watching some Korean shows.
I love that for you.
So Kyungsu's on like a Kyungsu from EXO is on like a traveling show that's been airing. They go to like these middle of nowhere places in Japan, basically. I don't know if that would be interesting for anyone else to watch, but I've been really enjoying it. It's kind of like it's him, it's Crush, and Zico.
Oh my god, all of the faves.
And then this other
What the
singer,
hell?
This other singer from this band Janabi is like a indie Korean band. They're like similar age, and then these 2 older comedians. So it's been really funny, like them getting closer.
Yeah.
They're like going into hot springs together and stuff.
Oh my god, that sounds so enjoyable, actually.
Yeah, it's like some nice positive masculinity, and then
guys
some
being
like
dudes, you know,
just guys being dudes. Guys being dudes. They're like drinking and like eating good food and like playing pranks on each other.
I love it.
And then like learning about Japan. It's kind of it's kind of based on like in Korea they had like school trips like this where they learn about like the history and stuff of where they're going. So it's a little based on that. They have like little pop quizzes.
Cute.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. It's very cute. And then another show that I've been watching that I just watch all the time, it's been airing for a long time, is called Amazing Saturday. It's like a Saturday morning show in Korea. Cute. Where they like do they do dictation tests on like song lyrics. They'll play like snippets of songs, like rap verses of songs or just random commercial jingles, and they have to write out exactly what they say to get them right. It's like a game show.
Cute.
They also do, you know, it's so funny. Like Koreans have their own memes, right. Like from TV show, like the same that we have like reality TV show memes, like clips and gifs and stuff like that. They'll have the same thing, and you'll have to like guess exactly what was being said during this meme.
Oh my god.
So you kind of have to be up to date on those things. And they like invite guests over. It's like really funny. So that's a really good show. I started watching it again recently because Kai was on it a couple weeks ago.
My husband.
Yes, your husband was on it. He was on like a spin-off show of this show a few years ago, and he was really funny on it. So they were like,
he is really funny. Okay,
he is very funny, very smart. So he's very good at these things. So yeah, Korea just has really good game shows and like travel shows. They really know how to do that stuff. Reality TV.
I can't wait until we get to go spend like a month in Korea someday.
Stop. It's gonna
we
be
can wake
so
up on Saturday,
fun.
watch the show.
Yes.
Go to a cafe, go on a walk.
And just be screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of just what I've been, you know, watching my nerdy shows and listening to Afro beats and fun stuff. That's
it.
how I've been delusional this week. Okay?
Amazing. You're
Find
getting
something.
through.
Yes, find something fun so that you can also have a delusional fun week.
Yeah. I
Okay?
will say Bridgerton did not help my mood this week, if I'm being
I was
honest.
gonna
Like,
say
that was not helpful in
don't
all of the
know.
like weird,
Toxic X things.
like toxic emotional things I was feeling.
Yeah.
That was not helpful, but it is a good show. I do like it. I like weird romantic tension though, but like all I read is like smutty romance novels and shit. Like that is my
so
shit.
Libra of you.
I know. It's disgustingly Libra of me, and I love it. All right?
Yeah.
Ugh, it's fine.
I love
Anyway,
that for you. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been an interesting couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to finding routine
Yes. Yes.
again.
Just be delusional about it. Just say you're gonna slay this week, bestie.
I think I'm gonna need that to be my mantra.
Slay
I should
this
make like
week.
I need you to send me a recording of you saying that. Actually, I can just clip it from here and I'll play it every morning.
I'm gonna crush it this week. I'm just gonna fucking slay. Like, who's gonna know that I'm having a bad day? Because I'm gonna slay. No one's gonna know. Because I'm slaying. Okay?
There's your mantra for the week.
Just play it over and over again. Who
Just
cares
that
that I
part.
spilled my coffee this morning? I'm gonna change my shirt. I'm gonna change my attitude and slay.
Honestly, I needed that. I needed that. I need that. Oh my god. You're the best.
The cafe's out of blueberry muffins? I'll get something else! Fuck you! Fuck you, I'm getting something else!
I love it.
I'm not letting my expectations ruin my day.
Thank you for being my personal hype person, okay? I need it.
Okay. Medium slay.
Medium slay.
Just keep
That's
that
it.
with
That's
you.
all we're looking for.
It
is
sounds
a
like
medium
a
slay.
steak.
It does. I'd like this cooked medium slay. Make it a medium slay. Thank you.
So stupid. All right. We've been recording for too long.
Too long. Sorry. Sorry for the long episode.
But I hope it was fun. That's it for this
I had
week.
a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time too.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening this week. If you have any questions for us, you can tweet us at 2 cups between. That's the number 2 cups between on Twitter, or you can email us at 2cupsbetween@gmail.com. Bye. Have a good rest of your week, besties. Medium slay.
Tell us all about your medium slays on Twitter, okay?
Yeah, tweet us your medium slays this week. Bye.
Bye.